This is a part of the program we wanted to talk about not only is gentrification taking away people's homes and pricing people out of their apartments and seeing their property taxes skyrocket on some of our seniors. Gentrification has other ramifications that it has. I would hope today we'd had former school board member Mark Brentley, but he's not able to be with us right now. But as people know, I'm a former school board member, and people need to know that we lost two schools. We lost Shenley High School to gentrification, and we lost Reisenstein Middle School to gentrification. Right now, because we lost our middle school in the east end of Pittsburgh, the children of the east end have to attend a 6 to 12. Nowhere else do we have anything like that except on the Hill where Malines is 6 to 12. That's the only thing that will move us off these streets. You can believe that. So, and again, it was a sweetheart deal with Reisenstein because Reisenstein was assessed by the county as worth $23 million. It was sold to Walnut Capital for $5 million. And again, a school that we needed out of here, we lost to gentrification. But we're also in this community losing businesses, and that's why we stopped here in front of Jamil'S, who's been here, I believe, well over 20 years, and has been told their lease isn't going to be renewed. We're standing here in front of Ace Athletic. Ace Athletic had been here well over 20 years. They were told that their lease wouldn't be renewed. And by the way, the Cayman Realty is the attorney for the Gumbergs. And so we see what's happening over there where the Giant Eagle is. A lot of these stores have been displaced. A lot of them are in danger of being displaced because they don't fit the image of the new East Liberty. But these were the stores that carried East Liberty, like David's stores and the Capri's and other things. They carried East Liberty through the bad times. And now that it's good, they got to go. The people of Penn Plaza who carried East Liberty through the good times now or through the bad times, now they're good. They have to go. We say no. We say no. We question these new developers and what they're doing. Look at this. Look at the way East Liberty looks. Look at this. Could we get away with an empty storefront down there at the corner where they used to have Davis Optical that's no longer there? Look inside. There's debris. There's a toilet sitting there. And those big windows you can look in there. What is all this wood and all this stuff here that we have here? What is this? Go down Highland Avenue and look at all the empty storefronts where there used to be some things because they're waiting for all these fancy stores and fancy restaurants. They are destroying this East Liberty. They're taking us back to the East Liberty that we worked hard to get away from. Look at this big sign here. They put a big history sign about this. This was history they tore down. This was Boland's Candy. These were built in the 1870s. They tore these stores apart and said, we're going to put up the facades again. No. And they say this is history, so I'm saying these people have to be confronted. There's a place for them here. There's room enough for us all, but we disagree with your vision of East Liberty. And we're here today fighting against your vision of East Liberty. And as you know from Whole Foods found out, we're going to win. We are going to win. We are going to win. So I want to introduce you to Baina Brookins of Jamil'S, and she wants to tell a little bit about their story. But please tell us a little bit about the wonderful store there and the asset that you are to East Liberty.
Absolutely. Thank you, everybody. So my dad, right there, the guy standing right in front of the store, he started Jamil'S. Woo! Yes. Yes. So Mr. Jamil and my mother, Rashida Brookins, 25 years ago, they had a vision. So they started out, I don't know if many of you know this, but there used to be vendors all along Penn Avenue over here. Black vendors, black and brown vendors who housed their wares all along Penn Avenue. 25 years ago, he started off there. They raised 7 kids in Wilkinsburg, and they had a vision. They had a vision to start a business. They saw an opportunity open up whenever a coffee shop closed down 25 years ago. 25 years ago, they didn't have financing. They didn't have tax incremental financing or TIF financing or anything like that these huge developers are getting. They started out in that business with just a table, literally the table that was on the street. And they were able to grow this business after 25 years and raising 7 children. So I'm here to talk to you a little bit about his story. In addition to his store, there were a number of black and brown businesses that have been moved out of East Liberty. Does anyone remember Impressions, the Jamaican restaurant? She was pushed out. Her landlord, they were harassing her for a number of months, if not a year, before she was pushed out of East Liberty. The Shadow Lounge. The Shadow Lounge was an intrinsic part of this community. Most people don't know this, but the Shadow Lounge, they were a catalyst to start a lot of this development, to bring a lot of people into East Liberty. And they were eventually pushed out of East Liberty. Okapi Braiding Salon, they're no longer here. A laptop, etc. And I can go on and on and on. There's so many black businesses that have been pushed out of East Liberty. Eventually, there won't be any black people in this neighborhood if this continues. The same thing with the residents. The residents are being pushed out. The entire fabric of this neighborhood is changing. And it's disproportionately affecting the black and brown people that are here in this community. So we have to keep this momentum up. I'm here to say no more. I'm here with everyone, no more. We must stop this. Just like we said about Whole Foods, we must keep this momentum going. They were able to back down because they're so image conscious. They didn't want to have anything like that associated with their name. We must keep this up. All these organizations, all these developers that are coming in here, they don't want to have this associated with their name. We keep that pressure up, and then we'll be able to win. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Paina. And thank you for reminding us of the vendors who, for some of the older folks, remember the vendors were out on this street when there was nothing here, and they reminded people, hey, East Liberty's a prosperous place because they were out here all the time, and then they also pushed them out too.